Hey everybody, it's Russ coming at you one more time, unshaven and gnarlied out hair and hot and right here from McKamey Manor. So excuse my my grossness right now. Yeah, I just want to share a fun little video here. You guys know I get like 8 gazillion hate mails and stuff all the time, right? I mean, you know, in fact, I just posted that one video about a special message for all the tough guys, right? You know, well, that's constant. If you go on YouTube, it's just nonstop people that just don't understand what Russ is all about, and I love those people. So when they contact me via YouTube, I always write back and say, "Hey, call me up. Let's talk about it," because you all know me. I like to talk, right? Like right now. In fact, I never shut up, right? So I always tell people, give me a call, Skype with me, ask me questions. I'll tell you anything you want to hear. So this next video is of a hater. At least she was a hater, and I don't think she's a hater now, because once people find out the real story, it's kind of like they're like, oh, okay. But this person was interesting. Her name was Anna Davis, and here's her little post that she sent me, and also you can see my reply there as well. And you know, she's personally attacking me, and she has no idea what I am. She says, "Dear Russ McKamey, you, sir, are one twisted son of a bitch. This isn't right. No human being deserves this. And as a law student," this is what I love, that she was a law student, "I can tell you straight up that your waiver is crap." So I love it when people tell me about my waiver and how it's not really legit and stuff, you know. So that's what got me interested, right? She goes on and says, "Any waiver can be verbally voided," in parentheses, "and they are numerous times in the manor. Thus you have committed a felony." Oh my God, a felony. Did you all know that? I didn't know that, but okay. And it says, "Many times note to anybody who attends McKamey Manor, if you say you want to be released and you are not, you have the right to press criminal charges." Bum, ba, bum, bum. On Russ McKamey and all the staff. No human deserves this, by golly. The by golly part was my part. And the fact that you enjoy, I love this part now, because she knows all about me. She, you know, doesn't know me, but she knows me. And the fact that you enjoy torturing people. Yeah, torturing. We're actually really torturing people. For pleasure, sickens me. And she, you know, big on that, sickens me. And then it ends with, "Get some help." All right, so that's kind of your standard, you know, wacky one. But I liked it because, again, she's a law student. So I would love to have the chance to address this law student and maybe show her the errors of her way and make this a teachable lesson for her. And then I wrote back in my sarcastic way, "Oh, poor Anna. That frightens me that such a misinformed individual will be practicing law. If you really want to debate this topic, I would love to Skype with you like I offer to everybody. I am so accessible. If you got a problem with McKamey Manor, talk to me. Everybody knows I'll yap at everybody, right? Like more than you want to hear." Then I went on and said, "I do this quite often with the LICs," and in parentheses, I said the LIC stands for the low information crowd, and those folks are quite, you know, we know who those folks are, right? After we actually talk, they just go away nicely because they now have actual knowledge. So man up, so to speak, and take me up on the offer. It's easy to sit behind your computer and talk trash about me, but it's not quite the same via Skype. And then I said, "You know nothing about me, like all these wackos." I'm not saying she's a wacko. She was just misinformed. She was a low IC, a low information crowd person. She's different now. But I said, "You know nothing about me, yet you make ugly comments about me personally. I'm calling you out, little Anna. You can find my phone number at McKameyManor.com, like all of you can. So all you whack jobs that want to call me, just go to McKamey Manor. My home number is there. I don't hide from anybody. My God, I'm here. Call me. Love to talk to you." And I said, "Don't be afraid, Anna. I have nothing to hide. And I'll bet that you'll come away with a completely different take. Looking forward to it. And that's how I ended it. So I'm about to show you the conversation. So Anna actually called me up, which I think is cool. She actually manned up. You know, most of them are all just so scared. They just don't. They just, you know. But Anna had the female Wawa to actually give me a holler and confront me. So how cool is that? So ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to introduce Miss Anna Davis. All right, so let me start with you first. So how much do you actually know about myself or McKamey Manor?
I've watched a couple of YouTube videos. Mm-hmm. One of my friend's sisters went through the haunt.
Who?
Veronica. She's married now, and I can't remember her married name.
Veronica? There's no Veronica's ever been through the haunt.
Really?
Yeah. See, I know every. See, here's the thing too, that you just don't walk into the haunt. There's a long process to actually get here, and
there's a waiting list.
Waiting list. But I know every single person who's ever gone through, because basically when someone comes through the haunt, it's like a family or friend doing it. It's not something that's open to the general public. It's something that we're the only haunt in the world. What's that?
Hold on just 1 second.
Sure. So tell the folks who are watching, or who will be watching eventually, who you are and what you're doing and all that kind of fun stuff.
Okay, I'm Anna Davis. I contacted Russ McKamey on YouTube, and I'm here to get more information about the haunt. Right. And I'm a law student.
Okay, but tell them why I called you out, so to speak, to contact me.
Because I said that the haunt was brutal and awful, and the waiver could be easily voided.
Right.
And what else? What else did I say?
And you did some fun little personal attacks too, which I love. I love all my personal attacks. You see, so I love my haters. You see, I mean, you guys are the ones that my little misinformed people. You guys are my favorite little group, because you're the ones that have made us so popular. So don't stop what you're doing. But after this, I think you'll be a little bit more informed. And it's already interesting that this person who said they've been through the haunt lied to you. So
I know. You know, that kind of pisses me off, actually.
But it shouldn't, though, because if you go through all the comment sections on my 33 million plus views, there's a ton of people that constantly say, I was there, this happened, you know, and then I have to giggle, because there's only been really, in reality, not a handful, but a lot of people have gone through, but each and every one of them have been personally screened by me. I know them all individually. I can tell you all the names throughout the years, because it's a small group. And so all these people that come out and say they actually done it, like your friend Veronica, doesn't add any credence to, you know, all their little things that they try to throw our way. But that's part of the game. That's what they do, you know. So
this is vape, by the way. I'm not doing anything illegal.
Yeah, whatever. I know how you law students are. So little Anna here. So you personally attacked me, which is fine. You said I was a sicko and twisted and all kinds of fun things. But again, in reality, you don't really know anything about me. Although, if you did your homework, you would have found like numerous interviews legitly about me, and you know, podcasts. There's like hundreds of things out there on the internet about who I am. So I kind of guess I want to start with the beginning. So what do you know about little old Russ?
I know you were in the military.
Okay.
Navy, correct?
How long was I in for? Do you know?
I don't know the exact amount of time. I know you were in the Navy.
Yeah.
I know that you did, apparently, according to my source, I don't know if it's correct or not, correct me if I'm wrong, but you did haunt on the boat.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Right.
Let me preface by saying I couldn't go through McKamey Manor for numerous reasons. I have health reasons.
Right.
I'm epileptic, so I have seizures. That's probably a no-no.
Yeah, that'd be a no-no. That'd be a no-no. So I was in the Navy for 23 years, serving the country, which I'm pretty proud of.
Thank you for your service.
Yes, and I don't think I'd be a crazy, twisted person who's doing that. And directly after that, for the last 13 years, I was a veterans advocate helping disabled veterans through the VFW for the last 13 years. And now I do the hunt. And I don't know, you know, so going back to the folks that think I'm something other than I am, I can tell you that I've never been drunk in my life, ever. Never smoked a cigarette. I've never taken a drug. I don't cuss. I'm about as squeaky clean as you can get. So it's offensive when people say that I'm this and that I'm that, when they know absolutely nothing about me. And we rescue dogs, we rescue animals. I mean, I happen to be one of the good guys and one of the solid guys. And so that's why it irritates me when people say the derogatory things when clearly they know nothing about me. And I would put my record up against theirs in a heartbeat for in most cases. And I think, I'm not trying to say I'm better, I'm just saying that I've never gone that route. Never been in trouble with the law, nothing. I mean, I'm about as squeaky clean as you can think of. I mean, it's pretty, you know, never had a cup of coffee. It's pretty crazy. And people think, and you run a haunted house? Yeah, because it's showbiz, it's entertainment, and I'm an entertainer, and that's what I do. I'm a performer. So if you would, so if you would have looked a little more, you would have found out some more information about me personally. And you would have found out that I'm an extremely stable, rational type of person, and that this is showbiz. This is an act. It's not real. It's not reality.
So here's my question for you.
Okay.
What drives you when people are like begging and pleading and they genuinely feel like their life is in danger?
Okay.
What drives you? It's like a switch flips. Like, what drives you to not want to let them out? Like, to end that suffering for a human being? They're
not suffering. Do you watch the remaining of the videos? Do you watch all the interviews? Do you see when we ask them all the questions about, did this happen, or did that, or did we actually hold you against your will? You know, I do that on purpose, so that way that people like yourself that might be a little bit misinformed about what we do, if you watch all of the videos, every single one of them, basically, you'll see interview sections in there with these people either directly right after the show, or you'll see it years down the road, and we'll have a question and answer period about what really happened inside. And if you have done your homework, then you'll see that it's an illusion, it's a game, that clearly all those people don't feel that way. Otherwise, there'd be lawsuits against us. Let's see, we've been doing this for 16 years, right? So in 16 years, we've never had not one lawsuit, never any criminal charges against us, never even being looked at. We've never had any issues with the law whatsoever. I think that's pretty impressive, because if you look at all these other haunted houses, and I don't know how much you know about extreme haunts. Do you know anything about, like, car? Do you know what those haunts are?
No. I've heard of them. I know the basis of them. I know that in stuff like that, there is a safe word.
But what do you know about? Well, that's a good example to go with.
Well, I know that it's very similar in the sense that it's physical contact. You have to be. All
right, let me stop you because you don't know. All right, so is a hypersexual experience. All the other extreme haunts, all of them are purely sexual, where they're simulating rape, where the actors are nude, and they'll simulate doing horrible things to you, real life horrible things. They're sexual. We do nothing about, we're nothing like that whatsoever. So when people think that we're like other extreme haunts, we're like a kid's tea party. Ours is PG-13. There is nothing sexual in McKamey Manor whatsoever, which you probably didn't know. There's no sexual innuendos. There's no religion. We're not even allowed to cuss. I don't even let my actors cuss at the audience. But if you know, it's all about humiliation. It's all about, again, you go in there, and they're going to rip your clothes off, and they're going to throw you on a bed, and they're going to simulate, amongst other things.
I can say a safe word and it can all be over. They'll pull me out.
But do you think it's okay for those guys to do the sexual route when there's so much real sexual abuse out there in the world? Where, I mean, let's face it, you and I all know people who have either been hurt by somebody, or we have been hurt ourselves, or we know somebody, or they know, or a friend knows somebody. We've all been subjected to knowing someone who's been injured sexually. It just,
you're talking to one right now.
well, there you go. It just, and it, you know how it destroys lives. So why would you ever, as one of those extreme haunts, do something like that and subject people to that kind of a scenario? That to me is really dangerous and really, really bad and really inappropriate. So I am totally against those types of haunts. What our haunt is, it's like an adventure movie. It's like an Indiana Jones movie on steroids, where it really is a PG-13 experience. If you went through it, a child could go through it content-wise, not the physical activity of it wise, but content-wise, you're not going to have any of that business whatsoever. And we hear a lot of that, and you've probably read that as well, that we're sexually abusing people and they're getting raped, this and that. And again, that goes down the line of where people have no idea about what we really are and what we're really doing. And that's really offensive, because we run a really clean show. In fact, do you realize that we have law enforcement officers who work here? So 2 of our actors are active duty police officers, because they've been through it and they loved it so much that now they're part of the show. And every time before we do a show, you probably don't realize this either, but if you watch the movies, you'd see us do it, that we actually contact the San Diego Police Department and say, hey guys, it's Russ again. We're going to be doing a show from time to time, and from here to here and time to time, and this is our time zone. We're going to do it, blah, 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 blah. So everybody's very well aware of when we're going to run a show and what it is. But again, we have 2 active duty law enforcement officers who work here. So if there was really something going on, we wouldn't be able to be doing what you think we're doing, would we?
No. And here's my question.
Okay.
Why? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, I will.
I have heard that you have not gone through the haunt. Why is that?
Oh, I've gone through it. No, I've tried every single thing. I've created I've created everything here. I've designed it. I've helped build it. I can't build everything because some of it's beyond my skill level. But I've created everything, designed everything. I've tried out every single thing you can imagine. So every stunt that we have back here, I have done. Have I actually gone through it as a guest? No. But have I gone through all the items to test them and to make sure that they're safe? Absolutely. But it's not for somebody my age. This is a young person's game. And that's why I screen everybody to at a high level. It's not for someone who's 57 years old. This is for someone in their 20s and 30s. This is a very physical, show that you can't just go into it thinking, oh, this is just whatever. It doesn't work that way. So somebody my age, it would not be a safe bet. And that's why I would never let somebody in their 50s. I don't let people in their 40s. I did one time and that didn't turn out so well. And that's part of the process. We have to screen people to make sure they're physically and mentally stable enough to handle this. Like, for example, Anna, what other haunt in the world, and I'm saying this as and to give the answer right now, no other haunt. What other haunt goes through the preparation that we do to get somebody in here? We actually have to talk with them for an hour. I got to talk with them face to face like this. So that way they know exactly what's going to go on. They know exactly about the stopping scenario. They know everything about the haunt. They know all the stunts without telling them. I tell them everything and I film everything. That way they have a perfect understanding and they can't come back and say, oh, Russ didn't tell me about that, because I'm really careful about protecting myself. I have to. So that way, if you're ever to go in the haunt, Anna, we'd have a big conversation and you would know all the different types of events that you would come in contact with. I'd find out about things you're allergic to, if any. I'd find out about your phobias, things you can't do for whatever reason. These are all the things we talk about. And one thing that we talk about in particular, and this is really important, and this goes back to your first question, is I ask this question. And some of this is on film. You can see it like on some of my movies. I've taken down the fourth wall and let people see it, but normally I don't. But the question I ask everybody is this, and I'll ask them this 1,000 times. It'll be verbally and it'll be in the contract. I mean, numerous times to where it's so redundant it makes you sick. But the question I ask them is this. I say, all right, Anna, there's going to be a time, I can promise you, sometime during the show that you're going to want out. You're going to think this was the worst mistake ever. You're going to be yelling and screaming and crying that you want out. I'm serious. Let me out, Russ. I'm done. I can't handle it. Let me out now, 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 now. I tell them that this is going to happen no matter what you think. Because believe it or not, Anna, most people think it won't happen, but it does. So I tell them it will happen. You need to know that. You need to understand it. And then the question I ask them, I say, all right, Anna, now after knowing all of that, when you come to that panic mode, when you are actually in that really scary place, what do you want me to do? And you know what they tell me?
To let them keep going.
To keep going, Russ. Keep me in, coach. Don't pull me out. Challenge me. Keep it going. And we ask that question numerous times, so it's in the contract and it's in video. And what you don't see, because it would spoil the illusion of the haunt, is that we stop the show several times during a haunt and we ask that question again to them. There's a reason why people continue to come back time and time again. Why we have people that fly around the world like Christina Buster. If you've seen her video, it's brutal. But think about it, Christina Buster has flown from Kuwait 2 times to come here. And she's going to do it a 3rd time. And we have other people who have come here multiple times. And if you watch her video, it's brutal. But that's
I have watched
there you go.
And these people, my boyfriend was calling me.
Okay, no problem. And these people, that's what they want to do. They're hardcore adrenaline junkies who are not like you and me. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that. You probably wouldn't want to do that. It's not my cup of tea, but it is really fun to create something like this. It's like putting on a gigantic play. I'm creating this massive illusion for a very specific type of people. But these individuals all have that choice, and there's also a reason why nobody's ever been hurt. So think about that too, that in all the years, nobody's ever been seriously injured. Cuts, bruises, sprains, absolutely. We all get that. Actors get that too. But if it was truly like what you think it is, we would have broken bones and deaths, and we would have all kinds of major injuries happening throughout the manor. But we don't. Compared to like all these other haunts that have lawsuits against them left and right. And that's a badge of honor for them. They love the lawsuits. But for me, no thank you. I don't want lawsuits. So the reality of it is that people have all the choices they want when they're inside. Does it look scary the way I edit it and the way I film it? Absolutely. But in reality, do we really hurt people? No. Are we really actually letting them out? Of course. And that's why, again, when you watch the interviews, the after interviews, and we're asking all these very straight questions, which people think they're being paid off and there's a gun to their head when they're answering these questions. They think that they're not really being legit, but of course they are. I'm not there. They're answering these questions on their own. And every single one of them, every single one say the same thing, that no, this is something that we wanted to do. We're not being held against our will. I could have gotten out when I wanted to. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. So there's more to it than what you know, but I'm flattered that my movies are so effective that you're actually concerned. Because if that wasn't the case, we wouldn't be the most popular haunted attraction in the world. So just realize that I know how to spin things. I know how to make you think what I want you to think. I'm in control. I'm in control of what people think in the sense that I feed them what I want, and I'm very good at spinning things how I need to spin them. And so good, in fact, that here we are, we're talking right now. And that's because I was able to fool you as well. And that's part of the game. It's called show business. And so anyways, so...
You know, it piqued my interest.
Yeah.
I you know, like I said, as a law student, I'm passionate toward things that are controversial,
Right.
toward things that look like they endanger human life, human rights.
But this is a good lesson for you that maybe there's more behind the mirror before you jump on something. So maybe this might be a good a good lesson, a good training point for you, that when things aren't always as they appear. It's called smoke and mirrors for a reason. And
Hey, you challenged me to make
I did. And I love it. Look, Anna, I love everybody. I'm the nicest guy in the world. I talk to everybody. I talk to people like you all the time, the ones that are all freaked out. And I just love it that you actually were man enough, a woman enough to...
I had the lady balls.
You had the lady balls to actually call me up. So I got to give you props. So I'm not dogging you out at all, because you're not like the ones that make all the crazy comments and then don't back it up. Because again, I'll talk with everybody, man. I go on radio shows, I go on TV shows. All it takes is a little bit of research to find out that I'm probably the most normal guy you can imagine. But I'm showbiz. I'm theatrical. I'm an actor. I'm a guitar player. I'm in a band. I sing. I'm a wedding singer. On the weekends, I'm a guy out there doing weddings and singing all the best songs.
Sing at my wedding, right?
I am the best wedding person you can imagine. Oh my God. You should look at my wedding site. Most fun, interactive wedding DJ entertainer you can possibly imagine. I'm not some sit behind the counter pushing buttons. I'm out there entertaining and working with the audience and working the crowd. I am the bomb.
Okay, I will fly out to California to get married.
There you go. You would have, your audience would have the best time ever. Yeah, because so there's a lot to me, and I'm probably the straightest edge guy that you know of in your group compared to anybody that you know of. I mean,
I know, and here I am.
Yeah, here you are doing that, which I've never done in my world in life. You know, again, I mean, how many people can say they're 57 and never been intoxicated ever? And being in the Navy for 23 years, never having a cup of coffee when that's what you do in the Navy. And so I'm a different kind of guy. It's just showbiz. I'm an entertainer. And I'm here to agitate people like you and get you guys all spun up. That's my job. And if I wasn't doing that, I would be disappointed. In fact, there's a guy, seriously, do me one favor. Look up a guy called William Castle. Okay, seriously, this will be something educational for you. William B. Castle. He was a film director and promoter back in the 50s and 60s. And there's even a really good documentary about him called The Tingler. And what William Castle did, he was awesome, and he's my inspiration. He was a real hammy guy, just like me. I'm a total ham, Anna. I'm the biggest goofball ham you can imagine. And William Castle did all these really crazy, interactive promo things with the audience for all of his cheesy B movies. Like he would have, like one movie he had was called The Tingler, which this creature would escape, and he would have buzzers lining the seats of the theater, so when the lights went out in the theater and the film supposedly broke and the Tingler escaped, he would light off all these buzzers on the seats, and all the teenagers would be screaming and yelling because they thought the creature was, by their legs. He was just a showman. He was a master showman, and he was an amazing guy and a really nice guy too. So you should look up William Castle, because that's who I kind of identify with, and people who know me kind of feel the same way. It's all just showbiz, and that's what I do.
I get you. Hey, you know what? I knew going into the Skype call, I was like, you know what? I could get proven wrong here, and I'm okay with that. I'm a very open-minded person. Mm-hmm. I'm okay to admit when I'm wrong or when I'm misinformed, because, it brings my education further.
Sure.
Would I go through the haunt personally? No. Haunted houses aren't my thing.
Because we're taking your hair. We're taking your hair if you do. Oh, that's something else too. Just think about that. Your hair. Think about these wild women. We got the toughest women, right? I know, right? But think about the women we have. The women rock in McKamey Manor. The women are so much tougher than the guys going in. We have a hard time getting guys to go, or if they do, they bomb out really quickly. But the women are tough. They rule the manor. And just the fact that they allow us and they give us the okay, and again, they know this ahead of time, they sign off on it on the contract, that if they get selected, that if Vegas selects them, that they're going to get the haircut. So they sign off on that. They know that. But think about the kind of person that would allow us to do that. I mean, those are some wild, confident, really awesome people, because, you know, that's not like most of us, right? So you got to give them credit, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I do. So, yeah, no one's cutting my hair.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Speaking of which, this is going to go online. I hope I look pretty.
Oh, you look fine. You and your smoking thing, whatever that is.
My vape. But hey, you know what? I was a 2-year smoker. I was able to quit.
Yeah.
This is healthier.
Right on.
But
so now that I've talked to you a little bit here, why did you personally attack me and call me all these names before you found out that I'm this wonderful, nice guy that I am?
Because I'm thinking anybody that will not let somebody out of what appears to be torture has to be a sick, twisted individual. Like, that's like Benghazi shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
So you're cussing. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? That's funny.
I'm sure you've heard worse than that.
No. Actually, I encourage the guests to cuss, because when they do cuss, then we have special things that we do to them, and then that way they'll never cuss again. So we actually, part of the McKamey Manor legend and, you know, lore is don't cuss. Whatever you do, don't cuss. But we want them to, because it lets us do something very entertaining if they do. So we encourage it. So you're welcome all you want to cuss if you were ever here.
I will say this. I'll admit it on camera. Russ McKamey is a very nice individual, and I was wrong about the manor. I am Anna Davis, and I am not smarter than a 5th grader.
That's okay. You're no different than anybody else. You just happen to have the guts to call me up. So I think that's rockin' cool. And if you're ever in the area, and if you ever do want to, like, maybe see it a little bit from the sidelines or something, let me know, and we'll hook you right up.
Sure thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure thing.
All right, Miss Anna.
It was great talking to you.
All right, you take care of yourself.
You too.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. All right, well, there you go, sports fans. Hopefully we converted another hater into not thinking I'm this crazy, wild individual, and that actually I'm one of the nicest guys you're ever going to want to meet. But that's just between you and me. Don't be telling people that, because it's going to ruin my reputation as this big, wild, crazy psycho guy, right? So, you know, can't do that. So anywho, I just thought that was kind of entertaining, and come by and visit us at the chamber. We're ready for you, all of you guys out there. And again, any hater, any misinformed type, any LIC individual, call me up, talk to me. It's just that easy, and I'll answer all your questions. Okay? Okay. So if you're interested in taking the tour, just go to McKameyManor.com, or calling me, right? Yeah. And fill out the contact review page, send that to me, and I will get back to you ASAP. We have openings right away because everybody is too afraid to take the tour, including Anna. Can't blame her though, it's pretty wicked. So if you want to go, we have immediate openings right now. You just have to meet the requirements, and that seems to be the problem. You know, we do a drug test, we do a criminal background check, we have to get the letter from your doctor for psych and medical. You all know the drill. Guess that's it. All right. Go Trump, by the way. Russ out. That'll get some more haters going too. Yeah. All right, bye-bye. Hey everybody, one more thing before I get the heck out of here. Anna just left another message on YouTube after our conversation, and it says, just got off a Skype call with Mr. Russ McKamey. He offered me to man up and discuss my previous hate comment with him over Skype. I had the lady balls to take this offer up. After discussing with him briefly what the haunt is all about, I will admit I was wrong. Russ is a super gentleman, and in parentheses it says, I still want him to sing at my wedding. He recorded our conversation, so check it out for more details. I would not go through McKamey Manor due to health reasons and the fact that haunted houses just aren't my thing. However, if people want the McKamey experience, they are certainly welcome to take on the challenge. Much love to you, Russ, Anna. All right, there you go. We won over another hater. One hater at a time. By this ratio, it'll take me like 12 million years, 13, 14, something like that. But all right, Anna. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, and I'm glad you're no longer a hater. All right, take care. Bye-bye.